Aloha, 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 everybody. Welcome to Five Questions with the Source. Today we have Echo.
Hi,
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Awesome. Very cool. Sorry, I'm doing my scheduling here. I got some new guests scheduled in lately, so I have to update everybody on that. As you know, you do a lot of shows and have guests all the time, so
It can get nerve-wracking though, really, because you're like, what day was that? Oh no, not that day. Yeah.
Indeed. Indeed. Yeah. So let's see who's in the chat already. We have Keeping It Real. Annette has been in here already for a while. Welcome. Let's see here. You're in there, Echo. Um, let's see. Keep catching up. Oh, did I? Okay. This is new. StreamYard changed something where if you click on the comment, it's got a whole bunch of nonsense. I'm gonna have to put in a complaint to them. Let's see. But there you are living okay. And then there's me. I said aloha in the chat. It's more difficult to put the comments on the screen now, which I'm not happy about at all. But let's see. Special guest Echo, living my best life at 60, is our guest today. And let's see. You're live. Take this down. Okay. All right. There's Deborah L is here, everybody. And my goodness, this is brand new. Okay, so I won't be doing as much of that today. Hello to a brilliant blessings. Is that one of your connect? Or that's one of my new connections, I think. A brilliance
So
blessings.
yeah.
Welcome, welcome. Shout out to Rudy is here. Rudy Iraheta is here in the chat. Hello, hello. Janine's life is here, everybody. Say hello to Janine. And Big Jack Storytime is here. Welcome. Thanks, y'all, for being in here so early. Appreciate ya. Appreciate ya. Cool. All right. How are you doing today, Echo?
I'm doing great. I am enjoying spring. I am getting stuff planted, and my daughter went to South Carolina and visited some family, and they sent me a whole bunch of starts of different plants. So I had a bunch of stuff to plant today, but I had my hands in the dirt all day and outside cleaning the patio. It was good. It was a good day.
Awesome. Awesome. So you probably got some content of that then, huh?
I'm gonna make a video not of necessarily doing the planting, but of the plants themselves. I'll put some of that together. But I actually did. My granddaughter cooked breakfast this morning, so
Yeah.
she's learning how to cook, and they
Wow.
brought me one of those like kitchen step things for kids that they can stand
Yes.
up in it up at the counter and cook. And so she had that today in her apron, and she cooked us scrambled eggs. So I did video that. So
Oh,
that'll be coming.
that's cool. How old is she now?
She's 3.5, a little over 3.5. She'll
That
be
is
4 in August.
that is amazing. Wow. Like how I've never heard of such a thing. 3.5, 4, cooking up eggs, making breakfast for
Yes.
grandma.
And we have her other grandpa and Nana, they have a set of these stairs, and my daughter has a set of them. So everywhere she goes, she's allowed to get up at the counter, and she doesn't use like a real knife, but she's
Right.
got a little knife that she can use.
Yeah. The
But
fight too.
whatever she can, help to do, she's eager to learn. So
Wow, you got a special one there. Wow, very cool, very cool. And that's your joy. I can tell. I've seen. You got a whole playlist with you and your granddaughter. So
yes,
yeah, that's
that's my
great.
heart.
Aw, very cool, very cool. So a couple updates here with five questions with the source. We've been going for probably closer to 3 months now with these every Saturday shows. I've had some awesome guests every Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're already scheduled up through all of April now. Of course, Echo being the first one today, April 5th. And then updates here. We've got April 12th. We've got down the road, Jamie from Nova Scotia, April 12th. And then we've got April 19th. Blessed to crochet, Mary.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And then April 26th, we've got Rodney and Melissa evolving.
Good guess. Good guess.
Yes. Yeah, we've had great guests, and we can just keep on rolling, keep it rolling. But we've got dates available for May for those of y'all that are interested. Just email me through my channel description. Uh, so, okay, let's see here. Let's see if anybody else popped in the chat. My other's keeper is here. Hello. All right, cool. So let's jump in a little bit here to 5 questions. But before we even get into the questions, I'd like to share your channel description a little bit here. So on the screen there, we have her banner. This is Echo. She's living my best life at 60. Her username is living my best life 9697. Look at that, 2,000 subscribers
Yeah,
and 2,200 videos. It's amazing you've been since 2022. So it's like 3 years, 2,000 subscribers, 2,200 videos. It's phenomenal. Let's see. I've got your little channel description here. I'll read it for you. Unless you want to read it. You want to read it? No.
Sure, I'll read it.
Go for it. Go.
God is my Lord, and I share God's word, God's love, and do prayer posts. Welcome to my channel. If you are a new friend, thank you, and please make yourself at home. If you are a returning friend, it is so great to see you and have you in my family. Life has not been kind to me, and now in my 60s, I am finally living my best life by choice. You can follow my transformation from a broken, ugly caterpillar to a joy-filled butterfly as I learn to forgive myself for my past and choose happiness. I believe happiness is a choice we can all make at any age. With God's help and love, anything is possible. Please leave me a comment and let me know where you are from. Please be kind, for everyone is struggling in this world. You want me to read the whole thing? On this channel,
Sure.
I serve my Lord God. I do lifestyle videos as well as sharing my emotional support dog, Chloe. I am teaching my 3-year-old granddaughter Anais Marie preschool and share that as well. I love crocheting and crafting, and I do open collaborations for fun.
Beautiful, beautiful. I also have your couple other things here. I just went ahead and grabbed your links there. You want to
Mhm.
say anything about any of this or no?
I have a Facebook group for my regular channel, and then that's Chloe's channel link. And then I also have a Facebook group for my weight loss surgery journey. And then the other one, Fun with Granny, that's the preschool channel link.
Cool. And then the last part is just showing that you've been on YouTube since 2022 and you got 343,000 views. Wow. Phenomenal. That's amazing. Very cool. Wow, we got 16 people here. So let's see if anybody else popped in. We got some new people here today. I got to catch up. Here we go. Ellen Smile, hello. Straw and Berry Mix Vlog. Aloha, how you doing? Creating Change, Guy Bandy's here, everybody. Marie Holiday from your channel. Hello.
Hey, Marie.
Norma K from your channel. Hello. Cool. Awesome. And Broke But Bountifully Blessed from your channel. Hello.
Yes, and Chef Hit Dice just came in my channel too. Hi,
Oh, and
everybody.
okay. Cool. Chef Hit Dice. Hello. Aloha. Cool. All right. Down the road here? Or I just Oh yeah, Chef Hit Dice down the road's here as well. Nightbot's here. On your
Yeah, Nightbot loves me, so.
That's good. I'm making peace. I haven't really had a conversation with Mr. or Mrs. Nightbot yet. I haven't been able to say, hey, it's gonna be my way if we're gonna do something together. I haven't been able to have that conversation yet. So but I think he's doing well. And on Journey Mirror's channel, she and Nightbot do a little dance. You're doing a dance, so yeah, maybe we'll do something with Nightbot. Oh my, oh my goodness. Let's see. All right, caught up. Marie, we said already. Chef Hit Dice. Okay. All right, so let's jump into the icebreaker round first here. A little bit of a word association game. Gen X Effect is here. Of course, we always got to read his entry. So he slides in the live in his slip and slide, covered in olive oil. Hooty hoo. Oh my gosh, how can we get that out of our head now?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness gracious. Gen X Effect Clint. Pawpaw is phenomenal. Thank you for being here. All right, cool. So, word association game. Wag the dog. Little wag the dog. Um, so, so I'll say a word, and then you respond with the first word that comes to mind. We'll do about 10 of these. Loosen us up, loosen up the audience, kind of the energy and everything. So, yeah, let's jump into it. So wag, wag, wag. Here we go. Do, 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 do. Got my notes here. Here we go. Okay. So first word is granddaughter.
No, my heart.
Ah. Next word is Indiana.
Indiana, home of the cold. I don't I loved it when I was there, but I don't miss it.
Yeah. Okay. Next is Candyland.
Candyland. It's my daughter's favorite childhood game.
How did I do
I don't
that?
know.
All right. Hey, Elevated Mindset. Welcome, brother. Are you locked in? Next one is Coca-Cola.
I've been to the plant in Atlanta, Georgia, where the
Georgia.
Coca-Cola store or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How did I do that one too? Whoa, we're connected, I think. Hello to model Lori Ann. Welcome, welcome. Next one is cheeseburger.
Off limit. Well, I can have the burger and the cheese, but not the bun. So
Oh, that's Deb too. She's that style too. Okay, let's see here. Next is Georgia.
home of the Braves, Atlanta Braves. Let's go.
Ooh, go Braves. I'd say go Cleveland, but I don't use that term. Indians, go Indians. Okay. Um, let's see here. Netflix.
I'm gonna say true crime dramas because that's about the only thing I watch on Netflix.
Okay. All right. Cool, cool. Um, chocolate cake.
Peppa Pig's daddy's favorite kind of cake.
Peppa, we got a shout out to Peppa Pig in the
Peppa
house,
Pig.
everybody.
I have
Rudy.
had to watch Peppa Pig almost every day
Oh,
for 3 years.
I, I'll tell you, when I first, okay, my story, I got hit by a car a while back. And I was at home for a month. So once I slept for a few days, 3, 4, 5 days, then I got up, I had the TV and I had to do my stretches because of my broken leg and everything, physical therapy. And Peppa Pig was one of those shows. I think I had limited TV, so I could watch like Peppa Pig, Clifford the Big Red Dog, and it was like healing my inner child kind
Oh,
of. I was
yes.
healing my leg, my jaw, and also learning to walk again because my leg was broken and everything. So Peppa
Mm.
Pig was a big one back then. And of course, we have a pig out in our yard now. How about that? Tracy's Local Learnings is here, everybody. Aloha, welcome. Next one is environment.
I want to save it.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
worried. I'm worried about it. I want to save it.
Yep, we do, we do, we do. Unicorn.
Magical.
Magical. That's right. That's right. That's right. Well, can't stop there then. Mermaids.
They're pretty magical too.
Absolutely.
I like a merman though,
Oh, I
not
was
from
a
the
merman.
movie.
I was a merman in a past life. You'll get your merman. Never too late. All right. Let's see here. dancing?
I wish I knew how.
Oh,
That's one thing. One thing on my bucket list. I would love to take ballroom dancing classes and learn how to do at least a waltz or something.
all right, there's a challenge. You're gonna take the ballroom dances challenge. We're challenging you. You're
Yeah.
accountable to all of us. You get in your time. In your time. We're looking forward to that content.
Oh, it would be funny content.
Yes, yes, yes. All right. Well, we like to laugh. Um, let's see. Next one and last one on the list is balloons.
My granddaughter loves balloons of any kind. I actually have, let me show you.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
It's stuck. She brought this home from their South Carolina trip, and she decided to leave it here with me. So
Oh, how nice.
I
Minnie
have a
Mouse.
Minnie Mouse balloon to
Minnie
play with.
Mouse. Yay. You ever seen I forget, I can't think of his name on the spot. Video Joe Valdez video game and movie. Have you ever seen him how he does the puppets?
Uh-uh.
Oh, it's cute. He's got Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse. He's got Nemo or Elmo, Cookie Monster. He's got a cat. All different puppets that he does a puppet show thing. So it's cute. All right. I have a video actually of him and I on a live together. So if everyone
Oh,
wants to see that,
cool.
it's cool. Yeah, you just go back, you'll see Joe and me on the like this, on screen together.
Hmm.
Okay. So that was the WAG. That was the word association game section of the show. The next part is going to be the 5 questions. All right. And then after the 5 questions, we do a rapid fire round, another fun round. And then after that, we kind of connect with the audience. We take questions from the audience. And then if you want to come on the screen and be a part of the panel, you can come on and join us as well. So here we go into the 5 questions. Okay. So, Echo. So, who are you? Tell us a bit about yourself and your background.
Well, I was born in 1963, and my parents wanted a different kind of name.
Mm,
If I had been a boy, my name was going to be Walter, and I was supposed to be named after my great aunt, Rose Marie. My
mm,
mother hated the name Rose, so she told my dad anything but Rose. So my name is Echo Marie,
okay.
and my daughter is Marie is her middle name, and my granddaughter's middle name is Marie. So we have carried on that part of the
No.
family. Let's see. I went to school in a little town called Portage, Indiana, and Indiana was very cold. I loved winters there, but as soon as I was an adult and had to go to work, they were no fun anymore. And I wanted somewhere warmer. And so when I got married, I moved to South Georgia. And we weren't going to stay in South Georgia. We were actually going to Orlando, Florida.
Mm,
But somehow things didn't work out like that. And we ended up staying right here in Georgia.
mm,
And I've been in Georgia now longer than I was in Indiana. So Georgia is more my home now. And let's see, I got divorced after 29 years of marriage and didn't know what to do with myself and started kind of reinventing my life. And then my granddaughter was born, and
mm.
that definitely changed my life. Excuse me. And so now I do YouTube for fun. that's about that's about it, you know.
You also garden.
Well, yes, I love to garden. I love to read. I'm
Yes.
learning that I like crafts. I
Mm,
never let myself be very crafty before, so I'm learning about crafts. Unfortunately, everything I try, I like. And then
Yes.
it's like, oh, there's another thing I want to do. So,
Yes.
yeah.
And then everything, the YouTube channel becomes like you're same as me. Like I just everything, I get an idea, inspiration, I do something, I share it, and I'm like, oh, that's a feature. I could share that again and again. And now I've got 20, 30, 50 features all going simultaneous, like content, content, content,
Yeah.
content.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for me, I never could decide what it was I wanted my channel to be about, really,
Right. Me too,
So
yeah.
it's evolved just like I've evolved. So,
Exactly. We've got in the chat. B has arrived. I guess she's on jailbreak today. She is here. Belinda from E Block 2075. Welcome to the show. Or maybe she's in the room, where they watch TV when they get privileges. I don't really know how that all works, but welcome, B. And then we've got Rodney and Melissa Evolving, who is our guest. I have it. I announced it earlier, April 26th, I believe. Double check that. And so that's Rodney and Melissa Evolving, April. I know I shouldn't do this on the air, but I just announced it earlier and they're here. So, yes, we have you on April 26th, which is a Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Looking forward to that one. Appreciate you being here. Awesome. Cool. Caught up on those that just entered the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Boom, bam. Okay. So Echo. So what is living my best life at 60? Tell us about your channel and do you have a mission statement?
I don't really have a mission statement
Right.
other than that happiness is a choice. And
Mm,
you can't always pick and choose what happens to you in life. There are a lot of things that are beyond your control, but you can always choose to be happy and you can always look for happiness
yeah.
in things that happen to you. And most of the bad things that have happened in my past had a silver lining. If I just looked hard enough, I could see a positive thing because of that bad thing,
Yeah.
So I feel like when we get to a certain age, people kind of dismiss us that our life is mostly over. And I decided before I turned 60, when I was 59, that my life wasn't going to be over just because I hit my 60s. I was going to try to live another 20 or 25 years. So we'll see how that goes. I might be 85 years old and still on YouTube. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah. So hello to Beck and Sam Crafting Fun. That's one of your peeps as well.
Welcome,
Uh,
welcome.
so what is living my best life at 60? Tell us a little bit about that, your channel and what that's about.
Well, I share my life. I have shared very openly about my divorce and about being raised by a narcissistic mother and having my health issues that I've had. I've shared about my weight loss surgery journey. And I share about how my granddaughter pretty well changed my life, made me decide to get serious about my health and try to do everything I could to live as long as I possibly could.
Yeah.
Hello, Body Illusion.
Yeah. Hello, Body Illusion.
But really, my channel, it all started out because my friend Norma wanted to do a channel. She and I met when we were watching true crime channels, and they had a private chat thing you could do. And so we would go in there and talk, and we supported one particular channel. And Norma said, I want to do a crafting channel, but I don't want to be on camera. And I was like, I don't know how we would do that, because back then they didn't have these faceless channels like they have now.
Okay.
And so I said, I don't know anything about YouTube or StreamYards or nothing, but I'll help you because I had free time. So we started working on it, and she has a channel, and now I got 3 channels. So
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
it was a lot of fun, though, learning. I just wish people had been more open and would have helped us instead of having everything be like a trade secret and not sharing anything.
Right. Right. Craziness. We have my others keepers here. Hello. Uh, and then we have the seven sacraments of health in the house. Aloha. Welcome.
That's Olivia. Hello, Olivia.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, cool. So thanks for that. And so, question number three: what has your YouTube journey been like? I've seen like your since 2022. Has it been challenging? What's your YouTube journey been
Well,
like?
well, I made the channel in 2022 just so that I could come on and watch videos. That was the
Oh,
very beginning of actually watching. Didn't
got it.
actually put any content out probably until the end of 2022, beginning of 2023.
Yep.
And it's not been as easy as I thought it would be. But on the other hand, it's been definitely a learning experience. I've learned so much, not only just in the process of doing YouTube, but in all the people that I've met. And I've met people all over the world that I would have never, ever met if I hadn't been on YouTube.
Right.
So, that part of it has been just absolutely amazing that I've been able to do that. As far as like getting my subscribers and getting monetized and all that, I did it backwards. I got my hours first,
Wow.
and I didn't have my subscribers. And then by the time I got my subscribers, my year had passed. And so my hours started falling off. So
No.
then I had to work to get my hours back up so that I had the subscribers and the hours at the same time. So my
Wow.
advice is work on both at the same time so that when you get there before your year is up, you'll have what you need, which I didn't think I'd ever get monetized. That wasn't even
Right.
really a consideration. So I really wasn't paying attention to how to go about doing that.
Right.
So
Hmm.
now
Wow.
I know you got to get together.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Cool. So that's your whole journey. You have anything else you want to share about that, the journey,
Well,
or?
I've never gotten discouraged enough to say, okay, I'm done. I don't want to do it anymore.
Right.
I think I would do my live streams whether I was the only person there or not. I do love to talk.
Mhm.
It is nicer when you have a guest or when you have people in the chat that you feel like you're comfortable with, that you can kind of talk to, in the chat. But I absolutely love making videos. And so I probably would do it even if I never got monetized. I think I would just, be still having fun, doing it. But I don't want it to ever become a job. I don't
Right.
want to feel like I have to do it.
Hmm.
I want to do it because I want to do it. And I think you can tell when some creators get burned out or they feel like they're just trying to put some kind of content out
Right.
and they're not enjoying what they're doing. And
Mhm.
I don't want to ever get like that, you know.
Right.
As
Right.
long as I'm having a good time, I'll keep doing what I'm doing. And when it's not fun anymore, then that's when I'll have to find something else to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I do enjoy it too. I've learned to edit and make the videos, and it's my creative channel. So I like to like channel through like yes. Well, today's for example, I did like an inner child or celebrate your children, love your children, or love your inner child, or go out and play. So I went out to the playground and I just went down the slide and I went across the bars and I spun around to the thing and I climbed the rock wall. And so I got a video of that. A couple minutes. It only took like 5 minutes, and then I edited it and put some music on it and uploaded it up there. And I think that's what it's about. So
Well, my
um,
my friend DJ Nico and
yeah.
I both got exposed to the Suno AI
Yep.
music app about the same time.
Right.
And so we kind of have a little joke that that's
Mm,
when our inner children get to come out and play, is when we
yeah.
go on Suno and create songs. So I thoroughly enjoy doing that, but I get so lost in
Yeah.
doing it. I can spend literally, a whole day and not get anything done
Right.
except for make 20 versions of the same song, looking for the right one.
Yep, it is fun. I do that too from time to time. We have Monique Powell is here. Welcome, Monique Powell. Appreciate you being here. And then also L's Endeavors. Aloha, L. How you
Hi,
doing?
Elle.
And then I did want to, behind you there. I want to, I see that map. I always see that map behind you. Can
Uh-huh.
you can you talk about? Can you go state by state a little bit? Kind of tell us who or what states, or give us
Oh,
a snapshot of what's all happening with that map there.
okay. Well, first of all, I was not very good at geography at all. And
Yeah.
so when people would tell me what state they were in, I really didn't know, like, is that in the Midwest? Is that on the. So I got the map one day because I was looking for stuff for my granddaughter's preschool.
Yeah.
And I happened to see the map and I was like, you need the map because you don't know where nothing's at.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
started doing that. And now I have some of the countries as
Oh,
well
oh,
because
cool.
I'm meeting people in the countries and I want to be able to kind of understand where that all is too. And then this one, oops, I'm ripping it in half. This one is like the whole world there together.
Oh my! Wow.
So it's very tiny though, but I can try to look on it sometimes if I want to see like where the countries are in relation to other countries.
Right.
But now Florida has a bunch of people. I've only found myself and three others in Georgia.
Okay.
Ohio has the most.
Wow. Who's
Um,
who's from Ohio? Who's in Ohio? Can you see that or no?
yeah. Let's see. Norma's in Ohio.
Hey.
Tina, Verna, and Mama Four Boys. The WSFM channel, Stephanie,
Hmm.
and um, I can't read my own writing.
I'm I'm from Cleveland. I'm from Cleveland.
Hilda Homestead.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I can't read that one either. But a lot there in Ohio, California. I think I've got 6 now in California. Several in Texas, but Texas is a huge state.
Yes, of course.
So that doesn't surprise me that there's so many in Texas. A
Right.
bunch in Canada, which I don't even probably have them all on there for Canada. But I've met one person in Belgium, and I've
Wow.
met two people in Sweden, one in, oh gosh, I just put her on there too. Well, one in Turkey, one in New Zealand, several in Australia,
Hmm.
one that I know of, Jimena in Mexico.
Hawaii.
Yeah, and Hawaii. Um, Couple in New Mexico, few in Arizona. I have not met anybody in Wyoming
Hmm.
or Montana, which I think is interesting that kind of that upper
You
uh,
you should do
Midwest.
a video shouting out, like calling in someone from Wyoming or Montana. Do a video that calls
Yes,
it out. See if we pull somebody in.
and I have done, and I have it in my bio there. Let me know where you're from. But
Yeah.
I like it when they come on the live stream, and I can
Yes.
go ahead and make the sticker and stick it on the map.
Exactly.
When they're here, so I'll think about it. You know.
So
Um,
in the chat we've got Jones
yes.
Junk
Hi,
Journal
Joan.
next door. We've got SETI, our brother is here. We've got Awakened by the Looking Glass Reflection.
Hi,
Uh,
Nisha.
and Jailbima. Jailbima just showed up as well. Hello, Jailbima. Welcome, welcome, and welcome, everybody. Fun, fun, fun. Cool. Thanks for sharing that map. I love that. I mean, I should do something like that too. It looks like fun, but then I'm thinking about more work, more projects.
But I hope to do. Now, see, I won't have my granddaughter every day
Yeah,
in June, starting in June.
right.
And so I will have so much more time to be able to put content out on my other two channels
Cool.
and be able to do a lot more that I want to do on this channel. Right now, I'm so limited with time that I really have to just do the bare minimum of, what I can get done.
Yeah.
Because when she's here, you can't leave her alone.
Mm,
You
no.
got to keep up with that little girl because she gets into everything.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yep, yep, yep. I was gonna make a joke. I was trying to think of which YouTuber I should joke on. Oh yeah, that's the same thing whenever I have fishy things over. He just gets into everything. He's out of control. He's over there fishing in the toilet trying to flush things and oh my goodness.
You've done that before.
I'm just playing. All right. Okay, so continuing on here, we've got question number 4, and so Echo, you are amazing. That's a statement. Okay. So 2,000 subs, going since 2022 or 2023, whatnot. You do so many things. You do so much. It's awesome. I think you spoke about this a little bit. Do you have a niche, or how do you explain the whole niche thing?
I just don't know. I mean, I'm old and I love Jesus and I believe in happiness. So if there's a niche for that, then that's where I'm at. But
You,
I don't
it's
know
you.
if there's a niche for any of that.
The niche is you.
Yeah.
That's my thing. The niche is you.
Well, and I like to meet people from all different areas of content, you know.
Hmm.
And I mean, I have an electrician now that I've become, watching his channel. What do
Yep.
but his premise is people don't know how dangerous electricity is,
Right.
and they'll think, oh, I can do that, and
Mhm.
electrocute themselves. So I was like, that's me. I need to be careful, So I
Right.
started watching his content.
Okay.
But I mean, I'll watch just about any kind of content. But my biggest thing is, do they connect back to me? Do they, watch my content and leave me a comment? And I try, everyone who leaves me a comment, I try to go to their channel and
Right.
check them out. Um, I'm sure that I miss people along the way, but most everybody that I've met is because I've went on their channel and looked at their content, and even like when I met you, and then I
Yeah.
found out there was all these new content creators that you were hanging out with. I was like, well, I want to meet them too.
Yes.
So
So
I,
fun.
I definitely try to meet whoever I can meet.
Y-
And I understand I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. But I at least, try to be involved with other people. And if we click and we get along, that's wonderful, you
Yeah.
know. But if we don't, that's okay too. And some people are like, oh, I was on so and so's live and I didn't know you went live and I missed your live, whatever. I do not care. Believe me, I cannot go to everybody's live stream either. So I do a lot of after the fact, like doing the replay,
Right.
crew, watching stuff that I miss. And I put a lot of videos in my watch later, and then I'll put them up on the TV and I'll sit there and watch them. So I try to do that. But if people will support me at my channel and watch my content, I feel it's only right that I try to support them
Right.
and watch their content.
Hmm.
That's what I try to do.
Yeah. That's what I try to do too. It's I think a lot of us are trying to do is keep
Yeah,
up.
well, but there are an awful lot, and I kind of, even if I really like the person and like their content, if I watch them, let's just say I watch 10 videos and I leave them 10 comments and they don't respond to any comments,
Hmm.
or they never come and watch a video on my channel,
Right.
most of the time I'll stop watching that person, even though
Yeah.
I enjoyed them and I like their content. But to me, it's like once you get to that point where you don't care about the people that are watching you, then I'm not really interested in helping those kind of people.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I
Yeah.
would rather help people who at least are aware of the fact that they need us out here watching them.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, while you were talking there, it reminded me of I Cherish Church. You know I Cherish Church, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So yeah, she's got the whole map of all the different YouTubers and the different communities all on her wall and everything. So it's cool. Like I like what she's done, but it's cool like for that to keep building out. Like, because I know my YouTube journey, kind of little synopsis was like starting out with just me and then my 30-day challenge family, and then from there I branched off and found like I had Dodash, her whole world, and over here I had King Explicit's whole world, and then I was back forth, and then here comes Nemo 504, and then whoosh, this whole world of communities pops up, and then so then from there it's like, oh, there's Tierra B Naturalese, Faith Team Family, and Sharita Jones's world over here, and now you got Luciana's world over here, and it just kept branching out. And then you had me as a guest. I went over to your shows at a certain point, and I into your world over there, and now I've got Tuber Chat's world and the Filipino community's world, and it's just like branching, and
Mhm.
it's amazing. It really is amazing. Yeah.
It is. And the thing about it that I like is that, I mean, you can make really good friends with these people,
Yes. Hmm.
and there are, like, Awaken, for instance. She's from a group called The Village, and she'd popped in my chat a couple of times on a couple of live streams. I mean, I was aware who she was and stuff, but we had never really talked or anything.
Right.
And they were having, for Christmas Eve, they were doing like a 24-hour, 48-hour live stream where they were going to have all these different people go live so that the people that were alone for the holidays would have somewhere to go
Right.
and hang out. And so she asked me, if you're interested, we're, trying to fill in the time slots. And I was like, well, yeah, I would love to do that. And I didn't know any of her people at all.
Right.
But I said, hey, I will fill time slots. And if anybody wants to watch me, that'll be great, and I'll try to connect to the people or whatever. Now they're some of my closest friends
Right.
because I took that one little chance and went over there, to help out with that Christmas thing. And I mean, that's how it can happen for you. You don't have to be out there all the time beating the bushes, like somebody, let me come on your channel or whatever. It just seems like it just can happen so naturally once you start talking to people,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah, that's what I think
Yeah.
this whole period. I mean, a lot of people say it's the authenticity revolution, and all these trends. The no edit thing has been a big thing, and then the older people too, the 50 and 60 and 70, on YouTube is like the baby boomers and the different Gen X and all the generations are
Yeah.
all coming forwards, and there's a lot of things going for us at the same time with YouTube, um and yeah, so but I wanted to say shout out to Stitching It Up, Capturing Country Life has entered the chat. Hello there, welcome.
And she's a very good friend. She's my co-host on Thursdays for trivia. And
Yeah,
she met me because there was a hurricane, and I left home and went to a hotel because I had no power. And she just happened to pop in the chat one day from the
yeah.
hotel, and we're like really close. So you just don't know who you're going to meet, when you're going to meet them. You
Hmm.
know, you just don't know, but you got to be open to the
Right.
possibility of meeting people on here, and don't take anybody for granted. If somebody is nice to you, be nice to them.
Of course.
I,
Yeah.
I I really don't like that when people are, like, well, and I'll give you some bad advice I was given. I was told not to have anybody on as a guest unless they had more subscribers than I had.
Okay.
And I'm like, first of all, it doesn't matter how many subscribers you have. What matters is how many friends actually come in your chat and actually watch your content. That's what
Yeah.
matters. And
Yep.
you might have 10% of your total subscribers that actually watch. That might even be high. But, to for somebody to look only at your subscriber count to make a decision on whether or not you're worthy to come on somebody's channel. Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I don't know where you learned that advice, but that to me was
Yeah.
the worst advice ever.
Yeah, you and I both look at it like flip it on its head. Like the opposite way is actually the way we look at it because, like, okay, we're grateful to how far we've come in this journey, but like the whole thing is if we can help all the small new YouTubers channels, to come up, like we're setting it up where we're building up a
Yes,
mountain, and
yes,
then we can only rise up in this whole thing with the support of everybody that we help along the way. So yeah, yep. So you and I, we're like we're kind of we're hubs. I remember when I over posted on my community page. You're like. You said something like, "Yeah, you're over posting on your community page," but then you're like, or maybe am I under? I could post more on my community.
See, and somebody told me that if you see a successful channel, check out their community wall because they are probably using it all the time, you
Yes,
know.
it's a
And
social.
I probably use mine too much now, but I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm like, if I want to share something, I'm going to share it.
won't do now. But the other social media platforms, it's all about social media. This one just hasn't been set up like a social media, but they're starting to. They built out, if you have a large enough channel now, they give you a community section.
Yeah.
Like King Explicit's got a whole community section there, and some of the larger channels. So then everybody can do the social media networking and everything on his community page. So that's
Right.
down the line. So. Let's see here, catching up a little bit. Okay, so question number 5. Um, okay, so Echo. So some of the different things you do on your YouTube channel, cooking, playing games. I've done a puzzle with you. I missed the Yahtzee. I hope to be a part of the Yahtzee at some point. Um, uh, Hosting shows, having guests. You do product reviews, you do giveaways, God is definitely a big thing. Weight loss and diabetes journey, shopping hauls, hanging out with your granddaughter. Phenomenal. You are phenomenal. You remind me a bit of myself with the different feature. If you go more detail into any of the different features, or just to list out some of them, or how would you want to talk about your channel a little more there?
Well, what I've been doing here lately is joining these open collaborations that other channels are putting out. Most of them, all you have to do is put out a video like once a week. You use their hashtag that they're using and you tag that particular channel. Some
Okay.
of them have a playlist where they'll put your video on their playlist so some of their folks will watch it. But most all of them will come over and watch, the videos that you're putting out. And it's like every time I go to do a video, now I'm looking to see, is anybody got a hashtag with a collaboration going on that I can kind of fit into. And so I've been doing a lot of those kind of collaborations, but
Cool.
I will still put out videos without being within a collaboration. But I
Right.
have been doing collaborations with some other content creators as well. And I like that. I like trying to um, get to know people from different communities by doing the collaborations. Gail at Gail Southern Living, it's a homesteading community.
Mhm.
Most of them are farmers or homesteading. And I've done a couple of collaborations with some of the people from over there. I like doing that. Now I'm doing some from the crafting community, and I'm enjoying learning about the crafting.
Yeah.
And Elisa, Stitching It Up, she's got a couple going on right now that I'm helping her with. So I think that's, where it's going is not so much just individual content, but content trying to encourage other people and get people to work with other channels together. That Dreamland Soundscapes, that's Alyssa's second channel.
Cool. Hello. And also came in just a moment ago is Belt Loop 29 is here as YouTube police. Everyone,
Yeah.
hide your paranoia. And yes, he's here. Everybody hide your sub for subs. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. We don't do that around here. Hide your. Okay, cool. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Cool. Yeah, and welcome Dreamland Soundscapes as well. And I think I shouted out my other's keeper when she entered in. Just
Yeah.
my other's keeper, double shout out for you. Cool. All right. Okay, so yeah, so you've talked a little bit about what you're kind of focusing on now, so that's cool. Okay, yeah, I got to get into some of those collaborations. Yeah, watch out, Lori. Watch out for YouTube police. Keep an eye out. It's gonna get you. Get back to work. Oop.
I'm like, I'm doing this. The one on Tuesday is called Tea Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I'm mainly talking about, because you can talk about anything you want to. We share whatever beverage we're having or whatever, and then we spill the tea, just so to speak. But you can talk about whatever you want to talk about. But I am mainly talking about my weight loss surgery on that collaboration with that. But then I'm doing another one, Garden Series 25, which is Maniacs Grammy's Homestead, and that's a gardening challenge. So anything to do with gardening, you can do on that one. I'm involved in a cooking one. There's a new one, a Healthy Snacks 25. And some collaborations are open where anybody can do a video for them. And there's other ones where they actually contact people ahead of time and say, hey, you want to be involved in this? And then they like put out a calendar saying every day somebody else does a video or whatever. So I'm doing one of those with this Healthy Snack 25 collaboration too. But it's just really fun because you can do all kinds of different videos. And sometimes it makes you think, what could I do for that? What kind of content would I do or whatever. So, yeah. But I do my devotionals 5 days a week. I put out a devotional video. And then on Sunday mornings, I do a live stream where I'm reading one of Max Lucado's books. And then other than that, everything else is pretty much for fun. I would never try to make people feel uncomfortable about my spirituality. I won't call it a religion because I don't follow one particular religion, but I want people to know that I do think God is the key to happiness and that everybody is able to tap into that. And there's a lot of us out here that are willing to support people and pray for people and, aren't afraid to say, yes, I am a Christian and I do believe in God. Now, at first I was given bad advice again. They said, don't ever talk about religion and don't talk about politics. Now, I don't talk about politics only because I'm not educated on politics. I don't really pay that close attention, and I would probably make a fool of myself if I tried to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I didn't talk about God at first. I tried to live my life in a way people would be able to tell, but I never really voiced it. And then one day it just kind of hit me that I'm not being true to myself. I'm not really being who I am. And if I want to be who I am, then I have to bring God into it. So I started doing that. And it's really funny because I've not gotten any negative response. And I've actually met quite a few other people who feel the same way, who we have very good debates and discussions about religion, because I think everybody looks at it a certain way. And it's because of how you were raised, what kind of church you went to as a kid and things like that. And I don't really like organized religion. I think men have taken it and made it a money-making situation, and I don't think that's what God intended it to be. And I feel like we can have our own relationship with God and not have to go through all of that.
Yeah.
But I would never trade the people that I've met on here that share my beliefs that I never knew were out there, you know. And I was kind of scared at first. I was like, are you going to kill your channel by doing this, you know?
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. I appreciate it, and I'm very spiritual, as most people know, with this the source and all that. But and shout out to Sandra's Art and Soul, who is entered here as well. Welcome, appreciate you being here. Cool. Yeah, yeah. And you and I both, like, our channels are like, it's like, here's who I am, and you just like going into different worlds of your reality and what you're interested in, and it's like I couldn't imagine doing it any other way. And I know, like, I appreciate Belt Loop and his wisdoms too, because he's doing it too. He's just like, here's Belt Loop 29 channel, here's Belt Loop 29 Homestead, here's Belt Loop 29 Cute Critters, here's YouTube Police. So he's got all his worlds. It's just I don't know if I want to manage 5, 6, 100 channels like Belt Loop does. You know what I mean? So
Well, see, and I actually started my dog's channel first,
okay,
Chloe the Tweenie, because I just wanted to play around making the videos, you know.
right,
And
exactly.
then after I did that, then I decided, you know, to start this channel. And then when I was starting to do the preschool stuff with my granddaughter, I was like, I'm making all this stuff up for her. I might as well make videos out of it and put it on a channel, which I already had that channel. I just wasn't putting content on it. So I started doing that. But
Yep, yep.
I don't think I want more than 3 channels. I think 3 is plenty.
Yes, plenty, plenty.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was gonna ask you before we go into the rapid fire, and then we'll go into the questions from the from the community. I was gonna ask if you had anything else you wanted to share, but you went into the God subject. I think that was a perfect one. Is there something else you want to talk about or share with the community? Or
I think I'm just unapologetically me. And
yes,
I've lived my life as a people pleaser, worrying about what everybody else needed and wanted me to do. And by golly, at 62, I'm living for me. And I do pretty much what I want to do. And I don't know what that is. A lot of times I'm like scared to try new things and I'm not sure what I want to do, but I'm definitely out here trying, and I want everybody. We had Nancy Green on the other night, and you know it doesn't matter how old you are. Try something new, learn something new. You know, try to stay relevant in this world. And I'm lucky because I have my daughter and my granddaughter. They're never going to let me be the age I really am. My daughter all the time, Mom, you're not old. You know, stop acting old. Or if I wear something, she'll say, that's what an old granny would wear. Okay, well, I do consider myself an old granny, but you know, so yeah, just, you know, try to live for yourself, make yourself happy if you can, you know. So many people spend their life so miserable. Not me, not anymore. Mm-mm.
okay. So let's go into the rapid fire, and then after that,
Okay.
we'll connect with the audience. We'll get some questions from the audience too, and then maybe have a panel of a couple people on screen. We'll just see how it flows. We're going on an hour here, so we can go a little bit longer. And so rapid fire is for fun. Similar to the WAG thing we did earlier. So I'll say something. I'll pose a question to you, and then you can answer with, like, say, 1 or 2 words. It's supposed to be kind of fast
Okay.
and fun. See how many we can do in a few minutes. Let's see here. So rapid fire. Here we go. Okay. Echo is.
I was going to say crazy, but not crazy. Echo is fun,
Awesome. Living my best life at 60 is
joyful,
joyful. Your subscribers are.
lovely friends.
That's right. Yeah, crazy gets a bad rap. It really does. Let's see. Uh, one word that describes you is.
Outrageous.
Great. Okay, cool, cool. Uh, your granddaughter is.
Beautiful.
Ah, yes, yes. What's one thing that makes you happy?
Just being alive.
Say it again.
Being alive.
Absolutely, absolutely. What's another thing that makes you happy?
My granddaughter.
Granddaughter. Okay, cool, cool.
Yeah,
What about? Kind of answered this a little bit earlier, but do you dance?
I don't. God did
Uh,
not bless me with any rhythm or any musical ability. I cannot sing. I'm tone deaf. I've tried to play several instruments. I just don't have any rhythm. So, yeah, no, not really.
chair exercise, chair dance.
Well, I'm starting a chair exercise series of
Yeah.
videos. So, yeah, I might do a little dance then, but it wouldn't be anything anybody would want to see. It'll be
Like you said a couple of days ago, and I don't even know whether to say it or not. But you're funny. You said something like, uh, I can't even say. It. You're like, yeah, I usually don't show those parts of my body, but now I'm just getting it all out there, and it's rolling, and
yeah.
that's authentic, right? Let's see here. Do you play any music, like instruments or anything like that?
I've taken clarinet lessons. I've taken organ lessons.
Clarinet and organ. Okay, cool, cool. Um, do you have a favorite music genre you listen to?
This is going to shock you. I like K-pop, which is Korean pop music.
Hmm.
My daughter introduced it to me, and you have to figure out what they're talking about. But once you figure out what they're talking about, it's beautiful.
Yeah, you talk about Mankato, so I mostly listen to K Love Radio all day when I
Yes.
work.
Well, I listen to K Love in the car, and I listen to a lot of country.
Yeah, yeah.
But I have CDs of the K-pop, and BTS is my favorite, and I particularly like Jimin, who is he's actually more of a dancer that they kind of got him to do a lot of the choreography, but then he became a singer as well. So
Okay, cool. Um, so you just mentioned favorite musicians. That's good. Do you watch TV? You have a favorite TV show?
I like Andy Griffith only because Andy reminds me of my dad.
No.
So I like to watch the old Andy Griffith reruns, but I don't watch a whole lot of television other than true crime dramas. I like those.
Yeah, yeah. What about like a favorite movie, maybe?
Oh, Dancing with Wolves with Kevin
Hmm.
Costner, my all-time favorite movie.
For that when I was a kid. All right. Favorite board game, maybe?
I like Monopoly,
Okay. Wow. Hmm. Um, cats or dogs?
dogs, but I have had many cats as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, coffee or tea?
coffee. I
How
don't
you
like
like how you like your coffee?
I used to like it with cream and sugar, and now
Okay.
I drink it with protein drink in it.
Ah,
Yeah.
I have a coffee uh, that I Curium that yeah. So let's see. Favorite food?
I would say lasagna.
Okay. Cool. Favorite drink?
If it's an alcoholic drink, I like pina coladas,
Ooh,
and my Moscato is my favorite wine. I don't drink either of those very often,
right.
um, but I drink a lot of water. So I guess water probably is.
Yep. You got a sister over here. You two are the same in so many ways. Uh here. How about like a favorite dessert?
Well, I love blueberry pie.
Blueberry pie. Wow.
I would say blueberry pie, probably.
Deb Bryall, the producer, she likes key lime.
Oh, key lime is good
Yeah.
too. So is coconut, but I don't know. I had someone who used to make me blueberry pies when I was a kid. So yeah.
Yummy. Yum. Um, what about like a favorite ice cream flavor?
Mint chocolate chip. But during the Christmas, I like the peppermint stick ice
That's
cream.
first. All right. Let's a couple more. What's like a favorite city you've traveled to in the world?
I don't really know. The place I want to travel is Paris, France. That's my bucket list trip. I want to go there. Um, I don't know. In the States, I haven't traveled that many places.
Hmm.
I would say probably somewhere in Florida. I like the beach.
Okay. Nice, nice. All right, last couple. What about can you say a word in another language?
Buongiorno.
Oh,
And I only
and
know that because Rudy always asks me to say buongiorno.
oh, he likes
Um,
French, so yeah.
yeah, Rudy likes French.
Yeah,
Um, I did take Spanish in high school, but I don't
yeah,
remember a whole lot of it.
yeah, I get a lot. I got a little bit. What about this is a new edition here. So, can you make up a funny word?
Ooh. The only thing that's coming to my mind is bamboozled, but that is a word. That's not a made up word. Um,
Like
yeah,
supercalifragilistic.
that's what I was thinking. Yeah. I don't know. That's kind of hard just to think of one.
Worries. And then who just entered? We have Amelia Loves Ariel is here. Hello, welcome. All right. So that was the Rudy. That was the rapid fire round. And then the last part of the show is just kind of connecting in with the audience a little bit. If you have questions, you could post them in the comment section. Also, I will put the link in the chat if you'd like to come on in the panel. We can hang out for a little bit. So there's the link in the chat for you to join. We know Rudy's going to pop in here. So Rudy, as always, let's keep we're going to keep guests and pose questions, or you can have comments to the guest about them and your appreciation. He's probably already in there. It's just amazing how this works. Oh, look who's here. Belt Loop's first. All right, great. Perfect.
Oh,
Belt
cool.
Belt Loop 29 is here. Hello, brother.
What's up? How
Hello.
y'all
Good.
Awesome. How you doing?
doing? Doing well. I'm blessed. Very well
Ah,
blessed.
me too. Aloha. You have a-
Sí, yo hablo un poquito de español. ¿Quieren hablar en español de vez en cuando? Habla conmigo. Necesito practicando.
That was yeah. Hello in there, and that you speak Spanish and in
Un
about
poquito.
a little bit. You speak a little bit. Yeah, you like
Sí,
Kila.
pero es muy años pasado. Yo estudio en México para un mes solamente. Más o menos 1999. No, 1992, posible, pero no recuerdo. Es muy difícil aprender todas las palabras cuando no practicando. Y no tengo amigos aquí para practicar conmigo.
Okay, that's enough Spanish, brother. Here's Deb.
Hola.
Uh,
Hey, I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm glad you're okay. Good to see you.
It's good to see you finally on the screen.
Oh,
You're always in the background over yonder.
back
That's
in the
right.
producer room.
That's right. That's right. Our girls here and Stinky N is here. Welcome, welcome. Appreciate y'all. And then, yeah, so do you have a question or comment for Echo or something about the show today, Belt Loop?
Oh, I just watch it. I always like to go around check out. Let me take a look. By the way, have you seen Stinky N before?
No.
I mean, okay,
Yeah,
I know.
I mean, I've seen him, but I don't know him.
It's a her.
Oh, her? Okay.
Yeah, it's a her. I know her, but she's kind of an interesting character.
Mm.
We have hello to Valentin Aviles Jr. Aloha.
Let me pause everything I got going around me so I can hear better.
You do that. You can't be breaking any rules in here. You know, we can police you, brother.
Well, I'm not breaking any rules. I have a tendency to I've got 4 monitors here around me, and so I had a really monster computer, for me a monster computer built so I could do some editing, and so I tend to run either people I know that need watch hours, or if they're a member of my channel, I tend to have, maybe play their playlists, or just something to help out. Try to help. By the way, I'm gonna tell you, you need to get Nightbot set up at some point if you want to be able to share other people's. If you want to do a pretty good job about, and this is just my opinion, about building the community, and helping others. Sorry, maybe that sounds a little overhanded. I don't mean it to be.
It's good advice. I've been tuning in. I've been watching Nightbot interact with everybody, and also I'm learning about what works and what doesn't while I witness Nightbot with all the different people. So it's good. Let's see here.
Well, just make sure you disable all the commands that time people out. Otherwise, you'll have a lot of people getting timed out. They won't be happy about that.
Yeah, good advice. I like that. Nice. Cool. Yeah. What about you, Echo? You got anything for our buddy Belt Loop?
Well, I don't know how many actual channels you have, but I have watched quite a few of them. You have 5 different channels? Okay.
Yes, ma'am. It's the reason why I did that, and it sounds like a lot of your stuff is very similar to my stuff. I am subscribed to you. I checked to make sure, but let me see if I can find where I checked that. I know it's around here somewhere. I don't know how many tabs I've got open right now, but let's see. I don't know if I can find it. I may have closed that tab already. Anyhow, I was finding myself, I started off as a gardening channel. Belt Loop 29 was gardening from the get-go. And I only started doing videos because I was, didn't want to have to go to the trouble of writing in a journal. They say when you do a gardening, you should have a gardening journal, kind of figure out what's going on, what time of the year, when particular bugs show up, that type of thing. Anyhow, I did 3 videos on it. They all pretty much sucked. They were all in the vertical format as opposed to the widescreen format. And then I got kind of interested, I think, at that point in actually gaining some subscribers. So, and you start, as with a lot of people, you listen to all these suggestions. You're supposed to do this, and you're supposed to do that. You got to work on thumbnails. Your title makes so much difference. And there are some truths to that. But it's also the format of your video. If you're doing a video, you have to set the hook in the first few seconds. Then you have to do this, and then do that, all this kind of stuff, right? So, for me, gardening season's only really during the summer. And so I started focusing a little bit more on, and then I started doing some videos on how to speak redneck and $5 words. And, and it really was not following a particular niche or a niche, however you want to say it. I didn't pick a lane and stick with it. So, and so many of the experts out there are going to tell you to pick a niche or pick a particular format and stick with that. So that's why I started my Cute Critters channel, my gardening, my homestead channel, which originally was like it was really way too specialized. At first, it was permaculture food forest. Then I went to gardening. Then I changed it over to homestead because that's kind of all inclusive.
Right.
And then I was doing some cooking, but I kind of got tired of cooking. So, mostly I eat out these days. So I changed that over to just food. And so, yeah, I do have, those 3 channels. I do have a YouTube police channel that I was going to do just so that I could go through and talk with other officers, but that really didn't work out. So, hey, I just went ahead and started treating it much like I do my Belt Loop 29 channel. So, and sometimes I forget what channel I'm on when I hop on one. Sorry, I tend to talk a lot and ramble a lot. So,
Rudy on here for a little bit here. So the thing is, we each need to take turn. We can mute out when the other person's talking, but we get ready for a couple Rudy-isms, everybody. Yeah, and then we'll mute you when you've been complete. So let's see here, guests. Oh, yeah, he's still here. Here we go.
Hi, Rudy.
Hey, Rudy.
Rudy, mute back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you mute your other device first, Rudy?
Oh, hi, Echo. It's me, Rudy. Yeah, I was letting you know that I want to say thanks for the video, Echo.
No problem, Rudy. I thought you might like that.
Yeah, let me just, I had to turn down my radio. It's 4:16 p.m. Central Time, and I had to mute my radio because I don't want to. I'm playing some music on radio, and I don't want to get no copyright issues with that music I'm playing. It's Asian music. You don't mind Asian music, Echo?
I don't what?
Mind Asian music?
No, I don't mind Asian. I like Asian music. I like Korean music specifically.
Oh, hello, hello, man. Big pineapple, come sit on your pineapple. Oh, and I sent you another email saying that you need to, now it's time for you to type. So you could copy and paste the counting onto your description and comment. And are you still working on the 100-page book?
Yes. I answered your email. Yes, I am still doing the 100 things that God loves about you. I think I'm only on
Max Lucado, I like Max Lucado, and you have seen Hermie and Friends from Max Lucado?
I love Max Lucado.
Who's your favorite character from Hermie and Friends?
I never watched that show.
Yeah, it's by him. And my characters would be Haley and Bailey. They're the ladybugs.
Cool. Thank you, Rudy, for.
I know the song. Tomatoes are red, blueberries are blue. I have the song on YouTube if you want to listen to it. Echo.
I've given away too much information on this program.
And then the YouTube police. I know your birthday's in January, Echo.
Okay, Rudy.
And also, just letting you know that we have 2 YouTubers celebrating birthdays. Miss and Mary Angel, and today is Julie Cook's birthday, and next month will be Hook That Yarn's birthday. And I was going to say, if you could have Crystal from Hook That Yarn with you on May the 3rd, since it's her birthday.
Okay, Rudy. All right, Rudy, that was great. Thanks for sharing all that. We're going to mute you for a little bit here, and everybody's going to join. Okay, cool. Thank you, Rudy. Always appreciate all the fun things you bring into the show. We have Just Muckster here. Hello, Just Muckster. Welcome. Just Muckster wanted to know, 4-member panel, is that an echo record? I mean,
a record? Actually, I was on Big Jack's mom's birthday celebration, and there was like 6 of us on there. So
yeah.
Guess
cool.
That would be my record.
Your record. Yeah, it was hard to hear Rudy also, so we didn't want to have the volume kind of issue there. So cool. Awesome. I'm from Ohio too, Stinky Ann. Welcome. Cool. So, what else? Anything else? We could hang out for another 5 minutes or so and just chat a little bit if there's anything else to share. Otherwise, we can close out.
Well,
Yeah.
I would like to ask you to please, of all that advice that you said people gave you, is there any actual good advice you could give us?
Well, I think that honestly, if you're interested in developing a channel, if you're going to do it through, there's benefits either which way. You can grow your channel by shorts. You can, as far as subscribers, but that's not going to get you watch hours. Your live streams and videos get you watch hours. If you want your videos to get you much in the way of watch hours, because what you typically find is your family and friends will end up watching them. Sometimes your family won't even bother, but the friends you have on here typically will do that. But if you want a good video, a couple things make a difference. One of which is the title. It does make a difference. Two, a thumbnail can make a difference, although I've got to where I don't even bother with thumbnails these days. I just let YouTube pick it out. Three, if you do go through it and you have a format for it, giving them a little teaser, I guess, or a hook at the beginning of the video, and then saying, make sure you stick around to the end of the video because I've got a really good tip, or I've got this going on at the end. You want to have a level, a lot of times if you look at your analytics and you look at the, retention of them, a lot of them drop down. I've got a friend of mine who did an excellent video, but 5 seconds into the video, he had lost 25% of his, and that's not uncommon. So if you're going to do it, the benefit of videos is people have a tendency to watch videos over and over, especially if the topic is one that's searchable. If it's not, then you'll see an uprise in it, and then it'll just kind of level out. I've got 3 or 4 different videos that people tend to watch every year. One is how to keep deer out of your garden. Another one is a tomato taste test, and another one is a cultivator review. None of them are that good a video, but because of the fact that it's dealing with gardening and what have you, and when people start getting spring fever, they want to know about those things. So those tend to continue to climb throughout the summer. That helps get live streams will get you most of your watch hours, and also recommend kind of limiting your playlist to just a few and making sure that one of them is a full playlist with all your videos on it, so that if somebody's wanting to help you, they don't have to search through 30 different playlists to find one that's got a lot of things to play. Because when I go through and I try to help somebody, I'll try to find their longest playlist are the ones going to last the long, and I'll just let that run. You get 3 or 4 people, 4 or 5, 10 people watching your playlist, and granted, I think it's kind of limited on how long you can count watching it. I think it's once every 45 days or something like that. Whether that's true or not, it makes sense to me, because they don't want you to get there too fast or something like that. But videos tend to do well more long term. Most people, you may have a few people that missed your live stream that may click in and see what it's about, but let's face it, most live streams, they're not going to watch again. Most people.
Right.
So I guess if you're looking to get monetized or to grow your channel, if you've got plenty of watch hours, then maybe focus more on and you need more subs, focus on doing some shorts. If you've got plenty of subscribers, but you need more watch hours, do more live streams. So it's a question of understanding that each thing has its own things that are better than others at one thing or another. And so, if you're another way to get people to your live streams, I guess, is to hop on other people's live streams, just like I'm doing right here. Even though I've been to this channel several times, I've never been on panel. This is my first time on panel. But if you get to know other people, they'll want to help support you as well. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And so in order to get, Zig Ziglar made a comment at one point, and I'm going to paraphrase because I don't think I could say it exactly, is in order to get what you want, in order to reach your goals in life, you just have to make sure enough other people help enough other people reach their goals. So it helps to be, helpful for other people.
Yeah.
So, and be more altruistic, I guess. So, anyway.
We also have RV Ashes in April is here. RV Ashes in April, welcome. No, I don't do biking videos, not yet at least. And then welcome back, Keeping It Real. Annette was the first one here, and she'll be one of the last ones here on the way out as well. Welcome back. So, anything else, or where are you guys at with it all?
Just Muckster said the watch to the end thing is very big for the algorithm. I can't even say the word.
Algorithm.
I don't do that. I don't give them a tease at the beginning, and I don't save nothing for the end. Maybe I should start doing that.
Well, it will help your retention, or it should, as long as the subject matter is something that they're interested in. It's just like a little teaser. Give them good information throughout. I have a tendency sometimes to focus more on I was at one time focusing more on the length of a video, and I would have a tendency just to try and stretch it out to add superfluous information, stuff that really didn't matter. So it's best just to do, if you're going to do a video, just make it what you need to tell them in a timely manner. And then, by the way, did y'all check the private chat?
I'm watching it. I'm not too worried about it at this point, but if I have to do something,
I just wanted to mention it.
Private chat. Yeah, I saw Rudy in there chat a little bit. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, it hasn't been too bad yet. Hasn't been too bad yet.
I know, and it probably won't.
Yeah. Yep. Give them a chance. I like comments. I like interaction.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, if you were asking what we're doing at 7:00, if you don't mind a little self-promotion.
Sure.
Technically, it's not even my promotion. Well, I guess part of it is. At 7:00, my buddy Devil Dog goes live, and y'all may already have folks y'all going to, but if you don't have anything going on at 7:00, Devil Dog will go live. If you want to find Devil Dog, all you got to do is do a search for the @ Devil Dog, one word, and that'll show you when his live is. And I follow him, and we do set up a redirect. By the way, I was going to mention that to you as well, Source. If you start, you're over 1,000 subscribers, so you can do redirects. If you find somebody that's going live right after you, you can literally go on to your, for that matter, do you want to see how to do it? You want me to show you how to do it?
Sure. But Echo, you're live at 7 tonight still?
Yes.
Time, or?
Yeah.
And then
All right. Well, I'm live at 8:30. So if y'all get a while here, feel free to drop over. Now that will be on my Belt Look 29 channel.
Cool. But yeah, show us. That would be nice.
Yeah. Show us how to do that.
All right. I'm going to show you. And you have to be over 1,000 subscribers to do a redirect. But if you'll share that, I will go through and show y'all how to do if you'll bring up that screen. It should have popped up right beside my.
I have to do.
But yeah, you're the host, so the host has control over who comes on channel and who can't. And
So
I shared it. It should be right beside mine. What you do is you're going to point it, put it right over the screen beside my face on the bottom, and you'll see it looks like a black screen with some writing and what have you on it. That's my YouTube channel.
Does he need to share the screen first?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
On as the main. Shoot. Hang on. Layout. Bring it all back. And probably just make you the main solo layout. And then do I have to?
No, it's the one right beside my picture on below.
All right. Layout.
Hang on.
No.
I got it.
Beside you.
No, look underneath. You see where all of our squares are below?
Yep.
All right. I believe it's at the bottom. It could be on the left. No, that's Talk Studio, I think. The look beside it, and there will be another thing. It's got a white. It's got a now it should be back to black. I need to set up a live stream, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that while we're talking.
I don't know how that would work. Can't you just share screen and then I'll just share you as the thing?
I think so. Give me a second. I have to do it through OBS.
Okay.
That's another way to do it.
Just Muckster said it's just like bringing up a person.
Yeah, it is just like bringing up a person.
You would just click on his other screen like you want to add them to the show.
Yeah.
Right. There's probably 5 down there. Just pick the one that ain't me. And that's okay. There it is.
There you go.
All right, now I don't have to do that. Good. I have to schedule one, so I'll go ahead and schedule my thing for that. That's going to be a live stream. It's going to be at 8:30. Sorry, I hadn't scheduled my live stream yet today.
So this Streamlabs, or what is this? OBS?
Yeah, this is this that I'm working on is Talk Studio Streamlabs.
Okay.
All right, and I had to do that so I could get myself a live stream to go do it. First, you would go to content, then you go to live, then you would go down here, click on the details, and then click on that. That's also where you decide whether or not you're going to put it on subscribers. You can put that for 1 minute, any time limit. You can put slow mode on, but redirect is right there. Now, typically, if I go through and I would go over here and pick out somebody's live stream that I knew. All right. And then I would just click on that and then save it. And that would do it. Let me check to see if my buddy Eddie has already got his schedule. If so, I can go through and show you how I'm going to do the redirect on that. He may not have it scheduled. Yeah, he's got it scheduled. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and turn on this monetization while I'm here. I'm an administrator on this thing. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to go to just like what I was showing you. I'm going to go to the redirect. And now in order to do mine, I have to put that in there. And I realize I should have had this set up already just so that it would have been easier to show. But this is basically basic stuff.
Yeah,
and it does get a little complicated. Here is my live stream that's set up for tonight. Okay. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to copy that link. Okay. All right.
Link.
Now I'm going back over to Eddie's and I'm to paste that link right there. And that's going to bring up mine and mine only. This allows you to be very specific with how you are redirecting it. Now I've got my live stream that I've got set up is now in his redirect, so that when he ends his live stream, it'll automatically jump over to mine.
Yeah.
So that way, if you wanted to help, say, anybody in here, for example, let's say you were live and it's right before Echo was going live.
Yeah.
You could go ahead and then set it up to be redirected to her live stream. Or if you've got, I know a lot of homesteaders that set theirs up one right after the other, right after the other. I don't know that they all do the redirect, but they all try to encourage people to go to that next one. That way it kind of has a continuous flow of support.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
okay.
Anyhow, that's But I mean, if you have any questions about any of that type of stuff, let me know. To anybody on here, really, I'm more than happy to help any way I can. It gives me a source of a feeling of usefulness. So I enjoy trying to help folks.
Wow, very cool. You're awesome. That was awesome. You were not slow at all. You moved around like click, 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 and that was amazing.
Well, I know, but that can be a little confusing. If somebody needs me to slow down and show it a little bit easier, I can do that as well.
You can watch it on the replay. So we got Simply Katie Talks is here, or Walks, I mean. Simply Katie Walks is here. Aloha. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, where are we at now? You guys feeling pretty complete? Or anything? Last subject or last
I do have one more question for him. Is there any difference when you are uploading a video? I was reading somewhere that said you should not schedule a video, that you should just go ahead and upload it, you know, when you want to upload it instead of uploading it and scheduling it. Does that make any difference?
I will be glad to answer that. But if I could just, approach one thing that was making is that it isn't like poaching though. Redirecting others via RAID is cool, but setting up someone else to redirect towards ours, that can happen without permission. No, it can't. The fact is that you have a setting in your studio that you can either allow people to redirect to you, or you can keep only people that you know. You can have specific people that are allowed to redirect. So yes and no. The fact is that if you're trying to help somebody, you know, that's a good thing. If you find too many trolls coming in from another channel or something, then you can set it up so they cannot redirect to you. So anyhow, I have found, just to give you an idea, with my Cute Critters page at one time, and this is addressing scheduling. Yes and no. The fact is, most of the stuff that I do is scheduled. Most of it, but I do a lot of, I guess, that automatically shows up as public. But I went through and I made a plan to drop one short an hour for 3 months on my Cute Critters channel. Now, to do that, I went to a lot of zoos, to some safari farms, to shot videos of my dogs. I was shooting videos about critters everywhere. And I had probably 1,500, and even then I would have had to have more. But I started to schedule them out. And I got to where I was a month and a half out scheduling these things to take place at one time. You know, starting at this time, drop another one an hour later, drop another an hour later. I like to understand. I like to poke and prod the algorithm, figure out what does what, you know, because they tell you things that ain't true.
Right.
All right. The first day I did that, even though I scheduled them like a month before it started, the first day I got 34,000 views. Now, that was with 24 shorts in 24 hours. All right. So from that perspective, I did the math and looked at how many I was averaging at that time, 1,700 views per short. And so when I did that, you know, I certainly, you know, 35,000 views a day would have done it. I didn't need that many, but it would have done it in a quicker time. There are, I don't foresee a problem with doing that but I do recommend, if you're going to schedule them, try to schedule them in your analytics. You can find a spot where you find what time most of your viewers are live.
Right.
It's never a bad idea, if you're going to schedule it, during, maybe at the beginning of that time frame or even in the middle of it, so that it has time for people to pick it up and watch. And they will show pictures of it and promote it as long as people are watching it and they're watching all the way through. That's one reason why sometimes I have very short shorts at times, so that it'll run through and then clip on to the beginning again, you know, pretty quick. There's little things you can do like that. if you do a 3-minute short and it's not about, if it's not fast moving and it's slow paced and what have you, chances are they're not going to watch all of it.
Right.
So, you know, I try to, I mean, on my YouTube police channel, mostly these days, I do 5, 6, 7, 8 second shorts that are just on personalized car tags that I see. I don't know why I do it. I just see a lot of them, and it's an easy subject for content. And so, it's not unusual for me to be fairly consistent. And when I am going to upload, have it upload for, you know, I try, a lot of times I'll do it while I'm on the way to work. So it's pretty consistently about the same time of day. But sometimes I forget about it. And if I wait till later that night and realize I hadn't uploaded a video I just shot, it may not get the same results. So it helps with the click rate, more people clicking on it to begin with. How do the loops affect views?
Big shout out. The musical kill shot is here. Aloha musical shot. Well, and the Hustle Man 3.0. Welcome. Are you locked in? Thank you. Go ahead and read that question.
Yeah. How does the loops affect the views on shorts? Okay. What that does is it shows if you have it to where it's short and it loops over to the beginning of it again, essentially what it's doing is saying that they watched 100% of the video. Well, they're going to show a video that people watch 100% rather than 50% or 20%. So I'm just looking at the overall viewing of the video. And for that matter, if it's short and somebody likes to leave comments, then, you know, a lot of times they'll be playing while they're still writing the comments. So that may show it 200, 300% view or 400%. It doesn't hurt the numbers anyhow. They're looking at multiple factors, including whether or not, you know, it's all the way watched, if somebody watched it all the way through. So I hope that answers.
On a long form video, do you think it's better to schedule it, put it public and schedule it, than it is to put it unlisted and then just turn it on when you want to turn it on?
I think that if it sits on there for a long time, I don't like leaving them sitting on there for long periods of time. I think it is better to leave it on your computer until you're ready for it to go. A day or two in advance ain't no big deal. Okay. But what I found is even though I got 35,000 views that first day, and I had all these things scheduled, the views started coming down. The next day was like 20,000 views. And then 15,000 views. It started slowly dropping. You know, well, I don't know if it's slow, but anyhow, so I think that the longer it's sitting there waiting to come out, the less likely they are to push it. And so, you know, it's never a bad idea to have it uploaded pretty close to when you want it watched. But if there's a specific time you want it to come out, there's nothing wrong with scheduling it for the beginning of your main viewers coming in. If that makes sense.
Yes. Now, one more question.
Sure.
I want to pick your brain. What about premieres? What's your opinion on those?
I think premieres are a very good thing. Many people look at it just like a live. It's almost, in fact, I did one that was a 9-hour premiere. Wow. Well, I scheduled it for right before I went to work. At work, I have a little bit of freedom, you know, and I'm there for an 8-hour shift typically. And so it allowed me to be in the chat most of the time. I couldn't be there all the time because I had work. But I think a premiere shows up in red, and they tend to post that above and on top of everything else. So it's one of the first things people see, and it's more likely to get viewed, in my opinion, than just having it become public at a given time. So it allows interaction between the content creator as well as those that want to support. And a live and a premiere. Premiere is video that you've already got. Sorry.
Hello. I just want to say hello. All things pink and possible. And yeah, there's a question there.
Yeah. A premiere is where you've made a video and you want it to go start at a specific time so that you could be in the chat and talk with people just like, you know, you would on somebody else's. But you don't have to sit there and pay more attention. You can pay all your attention to the chat as opposed to the live stream, because in the live stream, there is more interaction with the, you know, there's more interaction with the chat than there is with, well, you get distracted when you own a live stream between the conversation going on between the people there, and it can be a tough juggle between paying attention to the chat and paying attention to the conversation. So a Premiere allows you to focus on the chat without losing attention to the conversation.
Also, FAQ the Madness is here. Aloha, FAQ the Madness. Welcome.
Hi, Craig.
The comment there.
Yeah, she's saying that you should schedule it at least 30-minute window before it's going to come out so that it can do a notification. I agree with that. Okay. Well, I did some premieres way early on, and then I would forget that I had scheduled it as a premiere and not just a video, and then I forgot to go in there myself. And so then I said, okay, I can't, you know, do that and rely on myself to remember to go in there. But I'm going to be having more time where I could actually release my videos as premieres more often. And that's what I was wondering. Is it worth my time to do that? But I think you're right. I think it would be beneficial, at least to do them, you know, a couple times a week or something would be okay.
Yes, ma'am. There are some, like I said, I think there's at least a couple of benefits to it. First of all, it shows up when on your subscriptions page, or it shows up on the home page with the red there. And a lot of people are looking for that. You know, if it's not red, I'm probably not going to click on it. I don't watch many videos. I will watch premieres from time to time, and I watch live streams. That's at least what I do. And granted, all this is going to be just anecdotal because it's based on my experience. But what now?
Hello, Tammy. What did Rudy say?
Hey, Tammy Time. My wife's name Tammy.
I don't feel certain living. I don't feel certain living.
It is based on our individual experiences, but I would rather talk to somebody who's been doing it and actually has some experience in doing it than to just take all these people that make all these videos saying they know all this stuff about YouTube, and I don't know if they do or not, you know.
Sure. Yeah, I know. But the main thing about it, in my opinion, is the fact that you can actually pay attention to the chat and see what's being said while it's happening. Live streams are great. That's what I do most of the time. And thankfully, I've got a lot of good friends that come up on panel. Almost every one of my live streams just about seem to be where I have an open panel and people are welcome to come up. That way I can at least conversate. I'm not very good at paying attention to the chat and the conversation. Just like right now, I'm paying attention to y'all and what I'm saying as opposed to really looking at what what's being said in the chat. I understand that they're the reason why we're here, but I guess I kind of treat it like a podcast. I try to, I'm just not very good at it.
Yeah, I'm not good either. When I have a guest to talk to, it's like I forget all about looking at that chat. When I'm on there by myself, I'm reading the chat because I'm talking, you know, to the people in the chat, and whatever conversation they're having, I try to, you know, play to that. But when I have a guest, it's like sometimes I like totally forget that I have the chat going on over there, you know. So I have to get better at that, being able to do both things. But it's hard when your guest is telling something and you're like, I want to say hi to these people. So I've started now where I just type it in the chat, like, hi, you know.
Yeah, I do. By the way, a suggestion, you may want to go through and just upload it right before you want, you know, a little bit before you start the premiere. That way, you know, it's going on and you don't forget it. If you schedule it days in advance.
Yeah, no, I really think the only reason I've been scheduling my videos out is because I have limited time, and like my morning is really crazy. And then, like, for me to say, okay, you're going to remember to upload these videos at a certain time or whatever, I probably would forget it every day. So, but that's going to be changing as soon as my granddaughter starts school. So this summer I'll have my days free where I can sit there and just make myself, where at 10 o'clock every morning, you're going to be uploading videos, or you're going to put a premiere on it this time or that time. I think that'll work better too. But right now I just try to make stuff up ahead and go ahead and schedule it out so that I don't have days where I don't post anything, because there are weeks that I don't have time to do much of anything on YouTube, so
Yes, ma'am.
it'll be changing, I think.
I don't know. How long are your lives usually, Echo?
Well, I try to go at least an hour, but I'm such a talker that it usually goes 2 hours. And if I have a guest, I've done 3 hour, 5 hours, it just really depends.
Just an idea. If you're really needing the hours and getting close to the thing, do you a 24-hour live.
Oh my gosh.
That, if you do, I've done a 24-hour live, and several of my friends have. It tends, I think I got 800, 1,000 hours from it, something like that. But but there's a key to it. You cannot run one live for more than 12 or for 12 hours. It has to be stopped just short of it in order to have it where it's visible. So do like 11 hour and 55 minute, and then follow that with 11 hour, 55 minute, or break it down into 3 8-inch sections. And anyhow, I'm just talking off the lip. I will be going live tonight on YouTube, police, at 8:30. If you get free from yours at some point, feel free. I am going to be over. I'm going to be over Devil Dog. Sorry, Echo. I got to be at my boy Devil Dog.
That's okay. That's okay. And if I didn't already have a guest, I would come over there too. But I already have somebody scheduled. So, but we probably won't go that long. So I'll try to definitely come over there at 8:30.
Well, I'm more than happy to help with anything I can. I've been doing it a few years. I know I won't swear to knowing everything, but I know a little bit. I'm happy to share whatever I do know. And Eddie,
I appreciate it.
By the way, my buddy Eddie, and I know you go live at 7 o'clock, which is when Eddie starts. So I ain't trying to tell anybody to go over to Eddie's, but I will say that he's got a lot of videos on Tech Talk. Every first Saturday, he does a Tech Talk series with a friend of ours named Ralph, who's on Webb's Web. Ralph is a technical guru. He knows a lot of technical stuff. And in fact, Eddie has done a lot. I think Eddie and Ralph both did a lot of stuff on setting up Nightbot, or at least I know Eddie did. I don't know if Ralph was there when he did that or not. So the source, if you need to know how to set that up, you just want to watch some videos, go to Devil Dog. If not, just holler sometime. I'll be glad to walk you through it. The main thing on that is just making sure you check it to where it's not automatically timing people out, because that will piss people off. Let's see. But I don't remember what I was going to say. I'm getting kind of outpaced.
Say hi to Create and Relates here. Hello, welcome.
Hello. Okay. Well, this has been very informative, and I appreciate it. Sometimes you just don't know, until you ask somebody questions. And it's good to try to pick somebody's brain and find out what they know that you don't know, or whatever. Because like I was saying before, when I first started, I didn't have anybody I could ask questions to, and everybody acted like, oh, it's a trade secret, we can't tell anybody anything. And I'm like, that's the wrong attitude to have. But I guess they think you're going to steal their supporters or whatever. And
I think that's
I think there's enough people to support everybody,
Yes, ma'am, I agree. The fact is that I think, it's like I said, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. You know, you got to show, and even then, you're going to have some people that come and go. You'll have some people that come in and you'll see them for a while till everybody subscribes and they make all that connection. Then they'll want to build their community and they'll move on to somebody else a lot of the time. And, you know, hey, I try to get to new programs that I don't know. And that's how I found the source. That's, you know, and that will lead me to other people as well.
Mhm.
But, you know, I still try to go to my friends, you know, live streams. If I see them, I'm kind of at the mercy of YouTube because I never can tell when I'm going to be able to sit down at the computer. But at some point, a lot of times that will, you know, I sit down at the computer, I see somebody I know, they're live, bam, I hop in their live stream.
Yeah.
So it is that way. But I don't have a real regimented schedule.
Cricket Braden is here. Hello, Cricket Braden.
Hi, Cricket.
So
Yeah, I really think that we support as much as we can. And my thing is, you know, if I know somebody who needs help doing a certain thing, I will try to help that person. Or if I know, you know, somebody is trying to find guests or, you know, whatever, I'll be more than glad to help whatever I can do. Because I'm not like that either. I really think there's plenty of topics and plenty of things to share, and you know, we're all in this together. So I try to help everybody I can. And
Well-
I definitely like meeting new people. I don't care if they're new to YouTube or if they've had channels forever, but once I meet them, you know, and then I'm like, oh, that was a nice person, I'll go and check them out. So
yes, ma'am. Well, on the other side of that, on the edge of that other, it's a two-edged sword. On the other end of that, the more people that come and support you, the harder it is to get around to everybody that's supporting you to try and support them. So it starts cutting back on your time.
yeah, that's
How do you get others? Well, do you want to answer that, Source, or shall I?
I think
Or
Echo been doing collaboration.
Tammy, all you have to do, if it's an open collaboration, you're just going to put their hashtag in your title and then tag their channel. And then that way they'll know to come watch your video and to add you to the playlist if they have a playlist for that collaboration. There are closed collaborations where you have to be invited to participate. Those are a little different. But the open collaborations, anybody can join in. And all of the open ones I've joined, everybody has been so nice. And they're like, thank you for joining us. Because when you're doing a collaboration, you want more people to participate. So you're excited when somebody new starts participating.
Yeah, like I've got the 30-day video challenge going right now, the Are You Locked In? And we've got like 4 or 5 of us going every day for 5 days now. But it's still open. No more people can join in. I've got subject every day, community tab each day, April 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, all the way through the month. And then into the next month, we'll have different subjects or themes or holidays that you can like tune in with and then put together a video and put it out there. And we all support each other in this challenge too. So it's a fun way to get some support and meet new people too. And so yeah, check it out.
Yeah,
And welcome.
collaborations are a lot of fun. Hey, Kayla Boo, welcome. I've been having a lot of fun doing the ones I'm doing. And most of them, you don't have to do them every week. Most of them, you do one video a week for the collaboration. And you can jump in and jump out, they call it. You know, if you want to put a video out that week, do it. If you can't the next week, it's okay. You can come back the following week or, you know, on down the road or whatever. It's just a fun way to have something to make content about and have some other people to participate with. So I've enjoyed it so far.
Yeah, I like them. Very cool. Okay. All right. Where are we? Any last statement before we close out for today? We got 2 hours. We did it. Good job, guys.
Yeah, I think we're good. I told you you got to reel me in, or otherwise I'll just keep talking.
So much.
I'm the same way.
Thank you. Yeah, everybody. All right. Have a great day, everybody. It's been 5 Questions with the Source. This is an interview of Echo, Living My Best Life at 60, or Living My Best Life 9697. Your hand. Belt 29, thanks for being here. Rudy, thanks for being here. Everybody, thanks for being here in the chat and being a part of it all. Super appreciate it. And everybody have a great rest of the weekend. And aloha.
Aloha. Bye.
Bye. Y'all later. Ciao.